Welcome to my channel. My name is Maida and today's video is pretty much just going to be me playing with makeup because I'm just in the mood for it. I don't really have a particular makeup look in mind, but I did get this new mascara and I'm excited to try it out. It is a brown mascara. It's a brown shade. I actually filmed a video where I was trying to recreate a makeup look by Rachel T. Tyler. She used to be on YouTube, but I don't think she's posted in like years now. I still follow her on Instagram though, and I do love her makeup techniques, her style, her just all of it. So I tried to recreate this look and it came out like this. So, I mean, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, right? But I just don't think it's my best work. So I really just wanted to maybe go with the flow this time and do something creative on my own. I'm gonna try not to lean too much on the pinks and purples because I feel like I've done that for the last few videos. Anyway, so skin prep, I applied Phytosurgeon's Verdant Force Field and the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It's probably my favorite primer. I just love the consistency of it, the texture, not to mention that I feel like it helps control at least some of the oiliness that can happen every now and then on my skin. I actually tried this new combination of these two products, the Auric Glow Lust and Pyrite, and I tried mixing it with the Say Glowy Super Gel, and the result was beautiful. It was really pretty. The Glowy Super Gel it's a product that, I don't know, I haven't gotten very excited about in the past, but now that I've combined it with Pyrite, I kind of feel like it gives me a really pretty kind of bronzy, lit from within kind of glow. I'm kind of excited about it all over again. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply it all over as sort of like a second primer. I feel like it's okay to do this right now during the colder months because my skin tends to get a little bit drier anyways, so it's totally fine if I have a little extra dewiness going on the skin. My texture or my skin type is typically combination oily, so I try to be a little careful with what I apply. However, during the colder months, it doesn't seem to be that much of an issue. The oiliness, I mean. All right, so this is what it's looking like. Let me pull you in a little bit. I feel like it's really pretty. It definitely looks a lot better than when I wear the Glowy Super Gel by itself, because when I do this, I tend to end up looking a little muddy. So I'm going to correct under my eyes, and I'm using the Becca Under Eye Corrector again. My under eyes tend to get a little dark, and especially right here, it's like a vein that just pops out every now and then. Next, I've got a couple of options here. I wanted to do something on the eyes, but I'm just not sure what. I'm trying not to lean on the pinks too hard, not put any primer on my lids just because I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna use my Escape Pod palette and I'm just gonna go over the lid with the shade Bossa Nova. One of the things that I've been trying to learn how to do is to try to push like this part of my eye a little bit back, give the illusion that it's a little further back, I suppose, because it is kind of, I don't know, like meaty. Is that what I want to say? I don't know. You know what I mean. It's like protruding. I don't think that's any better. Anyway, yeah, I'm trying to learn how to like play with the eyeshadow so that with the deeper tones, I'm able to use those to create shadows where there wouldn't be one naturally. We'll see if I can do it. Every time I try to come up with like a bronzy makeup look, it always ends up looking just not that special. So I'm trying to see what I can do to make it a little cuter. So yeah, that other makeup look where I was trying to recreate a look by Rachel Tyler, I got a little self-conscious with it. As I said, I don't think it's that bad, but I felt like I was gonna get bullied. It's just not a typical look for me, I guess. I wanna maybe lean into some gold. Let me see. Okay, so this is a shade within the Divine Rose palette from Pat McGrath. And I thought I was gonna do something cool, but it turns out it doesn't. So let me see. I want there to be a little pizzazz. See, and I don't want to add this gold now because it's gonna look too yellow. That's from Rare Beauty, the Confident Energy palette. Nothing is really calling out to me. I think the more that I try to force it, the more that I want to put pinks on. Right, so I'm gonna cover that with another Pat McGrath shade, but this one is in the Celestial Odyssey palette. It's this one right here. It's kind of like a peachy, coppery kind of color. Oh, that is really pretty. Gonna add just a little bit more closer to the lash line. Ho ho, yeah. So I'm gonna also bring that down to the lower lash line. Oh man, maybe I didn't want to do that. We're fine, we just have to commit, you know? I really like that color. What does this do? Not much. A little too similar to the one under it. I'm gonna go for this one in the Divine Rose palette. Oh yeah. Yep. That is so pretty. So I'm also gonna build it out here to help bring a little more drama. Okay. So we're trusting the process here, and I know it looks like crazy right now, but what I want to do is use a super fluffy brush and go over the edges here and blend everything out. Okay, so I'm gonna start cleaning the brush in between blending. So now I'm going to add a little bit of skin tint, and I'm using the Ello Super Serum Skin Tint. With the skin tint, I'm going to try and clean up around the eye, but only slightly because I actually like to do the cleanup with my concealer instead. I feel like I haven't worn the Ello skin tint in forever, but it's a really comfy skin tint. One of the things that I really like about it is its moisturizing aspects. This is a little bit more on the dewy side. It has niacinamide, squalane, and hyaluronic acid. I feel like this really helps give my skin a drink of water without it feeling too heavy, you know? I want to go in with my brow tint first before concealer, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Pretty sure I've mentioned this in one of my previous videos, that the Make Beauty Sculpting Brow Tint is not that bad. I feel like I've gotten the hang of it as much as I can. I really like coating all of the brow hairs, so I go back and forth, trying not to press too hard on the wand, but still get every single hair on my brow coated with the brow tint. So once I've got kind of like a general layer of the brow tint, I like to go in with the NYX Lift and Snatch. I like to get all of the little gaps. And with this, I also try to have a really light hand because you can get a little crazy with this. That's that on that. I mean, they're not perfect by any means. All right, so another product that's kind of growing on me is the Make Beauty Concealer, Skin Mimetic Concealer. This brush is by Real Techniques and it's one of my favorites, especially for concealer. It feels like it's the perfect size for my features. So this is what I usually do to help my eye makeup look not so out of control and a little more intentional. Man, it's like, it's almost as if I know how to apply makeup. I'm gonna leave the mascara for last. I want to apply a little bit of bronzer. And for my bronzer, I'm using the Skin Mimetic Micro Suede Bronzer in Aura. And I do like to put my bronzer up here where I usually would put my blush. It just helps the skin look a little more believable in terms of its kissedness. Not a word. So what I'm doing here, the technique I guess, is more of like a stamping technique. It sort of helps me blend a little bit easier because I'm wearing more of a dewy base. I feel like it's a lot better to stipple on powders as opposed to dragging them onto a dewy skin tint. I also want to take my bronzer over my nose. Remember when we used to do this all the time? Over this, I want to layer on a little bit of blush, and I'm gonna use the Make Beauty Skin Mimetic Micro Suede Blush. And this one is just super tame. Kind of want to exaggerate this a little bit. A little bit. I'm going to go ahead and set my makeup with the Skin Mimetic Translucent Pressed Powder. I'm gonna try to keep it at the center and kind of down here. There's really no need to bring it up here when I've already layered quite a bit of powder. I want to add a little bit of eyeliner. So for that, I'm going to use my Wet n Wild brown liner. I really just want a tight line over the top lash line. Upper lash line. Cool. All right. So this is the shade Cuddle, and this is from AOA. I think I want to also add the e.l.f. lip lacquer. This is in the shade Moody. As I've said before, the formula is okay. It's pretty comfortable. You know what? I feel like it's leaning a little too peachy. Okay, maybe I don't want to do that. What about my tried and true CoverGirl lip liner? Yeah, I think this might be a little better. Okay, and over top, I want to add a gloss. I'm wondering if I should add this one. This is Falcon by Merit. Ooh, it might be a little too deep, no? It's perfect. Yeah, I like that combo. All right, so now I'm gonna curl my lashes and then we'll follow with mascara. This one is called Cabaret Artistic Volume Mascara by Vivian Sabo Paris. Ooh. All right, so it comes in this packaging and then it also has an additional plastic wrap over it. So my sister-in-law recommended this mascara and I'm so excited to try it. This is like a first impressions, if you will. I do like how it's separating my lashes. Okay, check it out. So I'll show you the wand. So the wand is quite spiky. You can kind of see it there. Yeah, so it's quite spiky and I do like that because for someone who, like myself, has really short and kind of thin and straight eyelashes, this is really nice. It doesn't necessarily add length, but I'm actually okay with that because I feel like the volume makes up for the lack of super spidery length. I don't think this is a tubing mascara, but I'm totally fine with it if it gives me volume. So pretty. I love it. Thank you, sister-in-law. So speaking of the sister-in-law, I'm gonna add a little bit of highlight, and this is one that she gave me. It is shade Warm Gold from Chanel. I'm just gonna add that over top. Yeah, man, I think that's it. Clean my nose ring there. I feel super cute. I feel pretty. I don't feel like there's too much makeup on. I like it. I feel like maybe I should change my shirt. I decided to put on a white turtleneck. This is the final look. So happy that I decided to go with something a little bit of a copper-ish type of tone for my eyes. I mean, it's still kind of like rosy undertone to this, but I feel like it's unique enough that it makes me look different, and I like it. New favorite combo. Falcon on its own tends to get a little bit deep, but I do think that the peachiness in the lip liner helped it mix with something a little bit lighter so that it's not so harsh. But yeah, this was, I'd say, a pretty successful makeup playtime. I really enjoyed myself. Freaking dope. That is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up. It helps out my channel. Stay tuned for an upcoming new makeup try-on, new to me makeup try-on. I'm waiting on a couple of launches. Well, I'm really just waiting on one particular launch. We'll be trying on new makeup soon. Hang in there with me. I know sometimes the tutorials don't end up doing so well because for the most part, everybody kind of has their own way of wearing makeup, and people typically know what suits them better, what shades they feel more comfortable with and such, but I'm just sharing the makeup love, if you will. Thank you again for watching. If you'd like to hang out with me in the future, don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.